Hello. Thank you so much for watching Grace Destiny channel. It's Grace Destiny Official. Thank you for subscribing. I know you like what I say and I appreciate you for that. So this time, I would like you to share this video. Share so that someone else can benefit. You can share on your Facebook page, TikTok, your status, or anywhere. Let us make this message go to every other person that may need it. Help me to get to as many people as possible. Sharing is caring. My name is Grace Destiny. I'm here to talk about childhood traumas. It's a big topic. I may even do it in series. One, we were all children at some point. We can remember a bit of when we were children, or maybe we may not even remember so much, but at least there's a portion of your childhood that you can remember. In my counseling profession, I've met so many people who have suffered childhood traumas, major ones. I usually say everybody has some traumas, whichever they are, but the major ones that affect your life, paralyzes your energies, and even crushes you to the point whereby you change the direction of your life and you no longer flow with the flow of who you were created to be, but something just changes and you become almost a nobody, because nobody is a nobody. So long as you're breathing, you are not a nobody. We have seen children's destinies changed during their growing up. Maybe they were unwanted. Maybe they were raised by people who didn't really want to raise them up. What do I mean? A child can be born, the parents pass away, then the child falls in the hands of people who are merciless, heartless. People who don't even remember that this child is here for a short time. And this is a weak person. This is a vulnerable thing that we just need to nurture and let go. People without the heart of compassion. Selfish people. People who actually feel like you are a burden. Maybe that's you I'm talking about. When I talk about this, it really gets into my emotions because I have a soft spot for children. In fact, when you know me closely, I don't relate so, I'm not a children person who will go picking up kids naturally. But by nature, I have become an advocate for kids. And today, in this line of parenting, I want to talk about people who raised you and they didn't want you to become. One of that setups is when a child is born, raised in a family where the parents are both parents or maybe one parent. For example, let me use this because it's common. A child is born, the parent dies, or the mother, let me talk about the mother. The mother dies, and the father marries another woman. And this woman is constantly competing with this child. In which manner? As long as this child exists, the child reminds the father of the other wife who died or went or divorced or whatever. So this woman, the stepmother, always feels like if this child does not exist, I would flourish, I would thrive with my kids in this marriage and in this family. So this child becomes a punching bag. This woman always releases or projects her issues and matters to this child oftenly. This child grows in a very hostile environment, and because most of the times children are with their mothers, and the father really wants to show his wife that he's not interfering with her parenting and he really trusts her with this child. Most of these women, what they do, they pretend to love this child. They actually treat this child very well when the father is around. But when the father is gone, that child sees fire. And unfortunately, the child can't talk. The child knows very well. I'm handling several cases on the same. And one of the ladies, I asked her, did you ever tell your father what you were going through in the hands of the stepmother? And she told me, I couldn't. Because my father would come and leave, come over the weekend and go back to work. If he leaves, where will I remain? I will remain with this mother again. So I would rather keep quiet and endure. I want you to imagine the damage that happened to that child. That is a child left by the mother, either by death or by divorce. in the hands of a stepmother. A stepmother without the heart of God or humanity. A woman who doesn't care about the feelings of a child. It also happens about men. There's a woman who can get married with a child, and because the man is the authority of this family, this man can torture this baby, beating her, beating him, trying to say that I am disciplining this boy. He's a very naughty boy. I don't even know where he came from. I usually tell people, please, if you know you can't handle someone else's child, don't marry a man or a woman with a child that doesn't belong to you. A soul of a child is a precious thing. This soul has a destiny and a purpose. The moment you interfere with that, it's God you have to contend with. I believe it, and I want you to know that. The other category is whereby the parents are working away from home. They leave their children with their relatives. Most probably, you leave your children with your mother. Yes, either the mother to the dad or the mother to the mom. This mother, if she doesn't have the concept of understanding the value of this soul that has been entrusted in their hands, they just feel like they are another set of burdens. They will accept to stay with the kids because the parents are sending money anyway. And this money can be their upkeep, including her, now the mother, and her other children. And that's where the problem comes in. I have several cases from people from Gulf, outside US, UK. They left their children behind. And they are always siphoned money because the money they send is never enough. Why is it never enough? It's not only to keep, to bring up their children. It's not only to take care of your mother, the one who is raising your kids, and maybe the house help that you have employed and the kids. No. The other brothers who don't even work, they don't want to go out there and fetch for themselves. They spend this money together with your mom and your children. And what happens? Because they want to put fear, to inflict fear in the lives of these kids, they blackmail them, they punish them, they torture them emotionally until these kids cannot even express themselves. They can't say nothing because they fear. One of the things that they tell these children is that your mother or your father or your parents left you. They don't love you. Why did they leave? We are the ones who are taking care of you. Remember, whenever you send money to your mother or your auntie, your brothers or the aunties and the uncles to the kids, not all, remember, I'm not talking about all of them. A number of people, wicked relatives, who don't care and they are selfish and looking only for their own personal benefits. Remember, when you send money to these people, your kids won't know. If you send money on this number, even the person recording me right now, they won't know you've sent any money to me. It's personal. So you will send money to your mother. Your mother decides, Jacob, James, I heard your children are sick and I know you don't have money. Remember, mothers, most of the times, and this is something that I've observed, mothers will always, lean, bend towards the one who looks like weaker or the bad boys, the bad children. The society knows that this boy, your brother now, is not very good. He doesn't like working. He likes over drinking and sleeping on the trenches and all that manner of behavior. He has a family that he can't feed. Now your mother, she has no problem. She's doing what any other mother would do. These are her grandchildren, the children of your brother and maybe even your sister. There's also maybe another sister who gives birth and comes and dumps the kids here in the hands of your mother. What will your mother do? Your mother will take whatever you've sent for your children and divide for all her grandchildren. Is she wicked? No. Is it fair? No. Where do you strike the balance? That is now where the question is. Your mother has your children as her grandchildren. Your brother's children are her grandchildren. Your sister's children are her grandchildren. But these two are not trying to do anything to make their children eat and live. You are the one who is doing everything. This is where the problem comes in, the mistake comes in. When your mother does not tell you that she's using this money to feed all the entire family. So you keep sending and they keep asking. So and so, the money is not enough. Send again and again, and you feel drained. And you're wondering, how is life so difficult that I cannot be able to do this to my children? Remember, your children will be blackmailed so that they can't report to you. So what happens is they are told the way you don't even care, the way you are not even responsible. They will never know that you are the one who sends money that the whole family feeds from. So what happens? Information is power, whether positive or negative. It gets into their minds and they start seeing you different. This is where the other mistake comes in. Whenever you call, you're only consulting. Hello? Did you do your homework? Are you behaving? Did you pass your exams? Kindly don't fail. Remember, mama is working too hard to keep you in school. Sweetheart, hi. That is the message you give to your child. No affirmation. No warmth of a parent trying to express love and care to your children. So the child confirms, for real, Uncle Jeremy told me that mommy doesn't love me. It is true. In fact, she always reminds me that I am the reason she's outside there looking for money. And so I am actually the reason she's not in her country enjoying her relationship with the rest of the family, because I'm a burden. I have had kids. I have talked to children that their parents are outside the countries, and they will tell you these two things. My mother, my father doesn't love me. They don't treat me like their child. They don't tell me that I'm good. They only condemn me for failing exams. I feel a burden. That is a message I have had enough times, hundreds of times. So what do? Grace Destiny? You're here telling us, oh, yeah. 1. Whenever you leave your child under the care of someone, for death cases, we can only say, may God intervene and fight for these kids, because the parent is completely gone. But whenever you are alive and you're somewhere working hard so that these kids can live well, remember one thing: the material benefit does not register in the mind of a child. That is a bitter pill to swallow. Kids don't register material things. She sends me money for school fees. In the first place, do they even want to be in school? Do they know why they're in school? Paying school fees in a good school. Do they even know whether it's a good school? They don't have something else to compare. If I took my children to an international school, have they ever been to another public school? No. I'm the one who knows the difference. They don't. This Destiny, you like spoiling our minds. It's true. They don't know the difference. This is the school they know. So, how good is the school? I've had kids telling me, I would like my mother to get me from this international school. I want to go to a public school. And I'm like, do you know what you're talking about? They don't. So have the mind of a child when you decide things. Remember, this child needs to hear, not to see, the love you have for them. Not just to see by material. I sent you the phone you asked for. I've been buying you shoes. I bought you this, that. Purely for a child, that is your responsibility. Actually, you've not even done them any favor. In the first place, you left me to go and make money. Let me see the money you're making. Can I experience the money you're making? Because that money literally takes your place. You're not here, so send the money, mama. But there's something beyond that money that can make the heart of this child melt and make the child endure your absence. The words of affirmation. Remind this child, if it's not for this, looking for money to just make your life better, I would be where you are. I miss you every day. Take photos, remove some photos and print them. Pin them on the walls. Take a video. Let your child see. Let your child see themselves on the wall. Tell them, I look at your picture every day when I wake up. Do you know what? It gets into their spirits and they feel loved. They embrace it. Another thing you should do, if you have left your children under the care of either a manager or your relatives, don't always get information from your relatives and full stop. Have a direct communication with your child. Let your child know they can open up to you. Sometimes we tell them, respect your auntie. Do you know she's the one who is taking care of you? This child wants to express something. The child wants to tell you, auntie is insulting me, is doing this. Because human beings are human beings. And even Jesus said, he did not trust men because he knew what was in men. Don't just over-trust anybody. Don't overtrust anybody. You love them. They're doing a great job. They're raising your children. They're taking care of them. They're covering for you in the lives of your children. But be sure, try and get the right information from your children. They matter to you more than anybody else. You are the only person they have. You are the only person they have. Please, let them come out. Let them tell you, Mama, I don't have this and that. You don't have to go asking, get this right. Where we go wrong. When your child tells you something about maybe a misconduct or a mistreatment that they have received from the caregivers or the rest of the family or the relatives, the person taking care of them, you go asking. That is betrayal. You think you are revenging. You're like fighting or rather defending your child. No. It doesn't come out that way. Mama, you told Auntie to buy me this and this. She refused. She bought me this. These are cases I've had. But then I'm not just thinking about this. These are cases I've had. That's why I decided to do this video. Because please, you need to get the right way of living. Especially when your children are left here and you're outside there. My auntie, I was supposed to get a phone, an iPhone. But my auntie bought me a Techno. That is, you sent 100,000 for my phone and I only got a phone worth 20,000 because auntie said even her children wants a phone, and she also said she's completing the building, the house, the building she's building. Those are the information that your children want to tell you. But you're not telling them, auntie is doing a lot of work. Do you know? They're the ones who know whether she's doing a lot of work. Sometimes you feel like you're empowering your sister, and you're really teaching your children to respect the elders. Are these elders behaving like the elders to the children? What is your child going through quietly? Why is your child not talking to you? Why is your child not telling you exactly what she's going through, what he's going through? Because one day he did. One day she did. And because of the fire and the pain you felt for the child to be hurting, you confronted your brother or your sister. And you told them, why are you doing this? And you disconnected. You talked over the phone. Did you come? No. You communicated and you threw your tantrums to your brother. Or maybe you even scolded them. Some of them you pay them. Of course you do. They are like employed by you. So you are their boss. And they feel it. They know it. So they will not even answer back to you. Wait until you disconnect that call. Your child is on fire again. The child is now wondering. The child will not know that you are doing it to defend. No, they will think you will have reported them. They'll never tell you again. What you need to do is let your communication with your child be private. Whenever you learn there's something going on, empower your child. I also talk to them. You can send me. I go to schools. I go to homes. I am an ambassador of the diaspora people who have left their children. There are so many of them who even call me. Sometimes they're in school and they want to be sent home for school fees. They'll call me. Maybe they can't get their parents on call. I am an advocate of the peace of children, because I know when a child is growing at an environment full of peace, becoming the person they were supposed to be is like this. Because they don't have traumas, they don't have problems, they are growing and growing and growing. Parenting is an art. Sometimes when you watch this video, you will cry because you will remember how much you left your children. There's no point to regret. We can turn around at this point. If you know that you have a child who have lost it, kids are getting to teenage and they are getting lost. They don't even want to talk to their parents who are outside there. Because every other day, other parents coming to school to visit their children, it reminds them, my mother is not with me and I don't know why. Because you never communicated. You never told that child, I'm here to fetch for you. I'm here to look for money. I'm here to work so that you can live better. When you tell them this, don't make them feel like they are guilty of existing. Don't remind them when they have failed their exams that they shouldn't fail because you are working very hard for them. That is transactional relationship. They should pass so that they can become better in their lives. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with how much money you're spending. It has nothing to do with how much you're working hard outside there to raise them. It makes them feel transactional. It makes them feel like they are failures. It makes them feel like they have failed you. And they believe that they can only belong to you when they are succeeding. That's why we have so many suicidal cases. We have so many drug abuse. We have so many lesbianism, homosexuality. People are drifting. They're looking for where to hibernate because this is too tough. Let us make it easier for our children, our teenagers, our grown-up children. Let us help them not to develop so much trauma in their upbringing. And for more information, I always tell you, this is just a skeleton that I give you. If you want the meaty part of it, talk to Grace Destiny, because I will sit you and talk to you. I'll talk to you about this coaching. By the way, you don't have to meet me in person. If you're not around this country, you can call me and we do virtual sessions. Don't die there crying because your children are missing it. I can go on your behalf. I can even go visiting them and remind them of your love. We do a video call with your children and we tell you we are here. And then you can tell them, I love you, my kids. You are the best. Communicate with your children directly. Let not any of your relatives, including your own mother, tell you that the baby doesn't want to talk. No, they want to talk. They're stopping them. And if your child is old enough, get them a phone that they can call you in private, where they don't have to be told to sit here and I want to hear what you're saying. Empower your children, because they're actually the reason why you left this country to go and work outside there. And if you're in this country, you're not together with your children for reasons unavoidable, make constant visitation. Communicate if you can be allowed. It feels bad when one parent, maybe they separated or there's a divorce involved, and now one of the parents is keeping the children custody and the other one cannot access the kids. Remember the emotions of this child. Not for the sake of that man or that woman, for the sake of your children, let them see the other parent, if it is possible. For those that have rested, may their souls rest in peace. For you who remained with the children of a person who have rested, remember, you are not buying oxygen. God is giving it for you freely. For the virtue of giving thanks to God that you are alive, raise those children well. Let them know there was a parent who sacrificed to give them life and to help them grow. It's only for a while. After they are 20, they may not need you so much. 20 is even too much. As they keep growing, they require less of your attention. Can't you just be human for a short time? And there's a blessing in it. Let us pass this message to each other. Let us share this message. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Share this message. Follow me on Facebook and TikTok for more and more information. My number you may call 0724 537 530. 0724 537 530. Bye-bye.